On May 8th, Governor Mark Dayton signed a law that will allow the state to issue driver's licenses and state identification cards that meet federal security standards. Joining me in the studio to discuss the rollout of the law is Director of Driver License and Motor Vehicle Registrations for the state, Dawn Olson. Welcome.
Thank you.
When is the rollout of these new cards? Everybody wants to know how they can get their Real ID compliant license.
Sure. Well, the law that was passed and put into place says we need to be issuing cards by October of 2018. We are certainly on task. That is our target, to be issuing the cards by then. We have a lot of preparation work that we need to be doing to get everybody ready, including staff, external partners that also issue driver's licenses. So we're working with them to start the training process. We have a lot of communication pieces that we need to put together so people are very aware and informed about the different IDs and what it will do for them. We have a computer system that we are working to stand up, so we've got those pieces in place, and we'll be issuing all brand new cards. We have a different ID card altogether that'll be coming out in 2018, so it'll all line up along with the Real ID issuing at the same time.
So it seems like this could be a little bit confusing because there's going to be Real ID compliant, and then a person doesn't necessarily have to get the Real ID compliant if they don't choose to. How will these two cards look different?
They are going to look different. They have to be identifiably different, so those from a federal agency, when they view these documents for people trying to make entrance, can easily view them and make a determination. So your Real ID card is mainly going to have a gold star on it. That's an indicator of a Real ID compliant card. For other non-compliant cards, such as the current driver's license we have today, it's going to have wordage on it that'll say not for federal identification. So the federal requirements ask that we make sure that there's distinguishing features between those two cards for ease of use and understanding of those that need to verify that information.
Is there a cost difference between these two cards?
No, there will be no cost difference. It'll cost exactly the same. Both cards will be exactly the same. So when people come in, they won't have to pay extra for a Real ID. They'll just have to make a choice on whether they do want a Real ID card or they want to stay with what we're calling a non-compliant card, and that's the one that can't be used for federal purposes.
So if somebody does want a Real ID compliant card, do they have to bring extra documentation to prove that they are who they say they are?
Yes, that is the national criteria around a Real ID, that you have to do a little bit of extra work to be able to prove your identification. So in the past, when you came in for a driver's license, you just attested to your address, your social security number, who you were. Now for a Real ID compliant card, you're going to have to bring in proof, which will be your identity, and that could be a birth certificate, something of that nature, maybe a passport, something that proves you are who you say you are. You're also going to have to show your social security card or something that has your social security number on it. If you don't have a card, it could be a W-2 form, could be your tax return, something like that. And then in addition, you have to show proof of residency. So you're going to have to show two forms of residency documents. And that can come in a wide variety of forms. That could be your utility bill, it could be your cell phone bill, it could be your rent agreement. Anything that shows your name and your home address will need to be included as proof of your residency and that you are a resident of Minnesota and you do live here, you have a residency.
Now I know this is a ways down the road, but then when you renew a Real ID compliant license, say 4 years from now or whatever, will you still have to show all this documentation once again?
No, once you've shown it once, that's all you have to do. The only time you're going to have to resubmit information is if you have a name change. You're going to have to bring in documentation to back up that name change. Also, if you move, you'll need to bring in the same residency documents again, so we can verify that it's a different residency. But otherwise, if there's no changes, then it's just going to be a standard renewal process.
One of the reasons why I think this got hung up for so many years was concerns that people have over their data privacy and the protection of their data. Does the department store some of this sensitive data that people will be showing, and how protected is that data if you are storing it?
Sure. Security is a #1 priority for the Department of Public Safety. We do carry and hold a lot of secure private data on individuals, obviously because they're identity documents. So security is our top priority. We have a new information system, like I talked about, that's going to be coming in, that's going to provide state-of-the-art security. We're going to be very limiting on where people can go that have access to our system, what kind of information they can see. because some of that information is a little bit more sensitive than other, especially a social security number. So there are very limiting opportunities that people will be able to see this information as well as access these documents. We have to keep them for proof that we verified this information. Although the bill that was signed, people do not have to leave their birth certificate. They can make that as an option. We have to gather the data from a birth certificate, but we do not need to keep a copy of that. So that documentation just becomes part of their record. It's held in a secure location, and like I said, it's very limited on who would have access to that information.
Are there rules then governing how that information would be shared, say, with a federal agency or with another state?
Yes, absolutely. We have very strict rules around who can have access to our data. We comply with those rules. But there are some steps with the Real ID law that we do need to verify information on individuals. And we do that for a couple of reasons. One is obviously for identity. We want to make sure you are who you say you are. But secondly, really around public safety. We don't want to issue a credential to somebody that may have a bad driving record in another state, and they're not eligible to drive in another state. So the practices and the steps we take are really around security and safety, and that we're doing the credential for the right reasons to the right person.
Director Olson, I want to thank you so much for your time today.
Sure, thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.